Prince Harry had agreed to appear on the Joe Rogan Experience after months of persuasion from his PR team. They had insisted it would show a more relaxed, human side of him. Harry wasn't entirely convinced. Rogan was known for tough questions, unpredictable turns, and a massive global audience. But he eventually accepted, hoping the conversation might help clear misunderstandings about his life after stepping back from royal duties. The studio in Austin buzzed with its usual energy. Producers rushed around checking cables, adjusting microphones, and testing cameras. Joe Rogan walked in wearing his usual casual t-shirt, coffee in hand, giving everyone a nod before setting his drink down on the table. When Harry entered, Rogan greeted him with an easy smile. "Prince Harry, welcome to the show, man." "Just Harry is fine," he replied, shaking Joe's hand firmly. At first, the conversation flowed surprisingly well. They talked about mental health, Harry's life in California, and his work with veterans. Harry loosened up, laughing more than he expected. Millions tuned in live, listening closely. But everything changed when Rogan brought up a topic Harry had hoped to avoid. "So, Harry," Joe began, leaning back in his chair, "a lot of people say you've been overly influenced by Hollywood, by the media, by, well, Meghan. Some think you've lost yourself. What's your take on that?" Harry's smile faded. "I haven't lost myself," he said carefully. "I've made choices for my family's safety and well-being." "Sure," Joe said, nodding. "But critics say you've cut off your own family and then sold your story. Isn't that hypocritical?" Harry inhaled sharply. The word hypocritical hit him like a slap. "I didn't sell my story," Harry said, voice tightening. "I shared my truth after years of being attacked by the press." "There's a difference." Joe raised an eyebrow. "Some say your book created more drama than it solved." The chat suddenly filled with comments exploding in every direction. Some supported Harry, others were merciless. The tension in the studio rose like heat from asphalt. Harry leaned forward. "Joe, with respect, you haven't lived my life. You haven't dealt with paparazzi chasing your every move. My wife faced threats. My children." Joe cut him off. "Right, but you're also one of the most privileged people on the planet. Isn't complaining about your hardships a bit?" He didn't finish, because Harry slammed his palm on the table. "Stop calling my life privileged as if it protects me from trauma." Harry snapped. "I've lost my mother to the press. I've been hunted since childhood. Privilege doesn't erase pain." The studio fell silent. Even the sound engineer froze. Joe cleared his throat. "Look, man, I'm just asking questions. People want answers. Then ask real questions," Harry shot back, "not assumptions." The clash ignited instantly. Joe, never one to back down, fired back with a sharper tone. "You're on my show. I'll ask whatever questions I want. And I'll answer however I choose," Harry retorted. They stared each other down, the microphones capturing every breath. The chat exploded again. #Prince Harry on Rogan started trending within minutes. Joe leaned forward. "Listen, if you can't handle tough questions." "It's not toughness," Harry interrupted. "It's respect. Something you're struggling with right now." Rogan's jaw twitched. "All right, if that's how you want to play it." He turned to his producers. "Cut the feed for a minute." But Harry wasn't finished. "No," he said firmly. "Leave it on. Let people see how you twist conversations." The producers looked between the two men, unsure who held authority in the moment. Rogan gave them a stern look. "Cut the feed." The livestream abruptly froze. Off air, the argument escalated quickly. Joe stood from his chair. "Harry, if you want to lecture people about the media, fine. But don't come on my show and try to run it." Harry stood too. "I came here in good faith. You ambushed me." "Ambushed?" Joe scoffed. "It's an interview, not a therapy session." The tension snapped like a string. Harry stepped back, frustrated. "I don't need this." "Good," Joe replied. "Then you can leave." A producer quietly approached Harry. "Sir, maybe it's best if we end early." Harry didn't respond immediately. His hands trembled slightly, anger mixed with disbelief. He had expected hard questions, yes, but he hadn't expected to be dismissed. Without another word, he walked out of the studio. As he reached the hallway, a staff member jogged after him. "Harry, your security team is waiting outside." He nodded, barely hearing her. He pulled out his phone and saw that the internet was already ablaze. The sudden cut to the livestream had triggered a storm of speculation. Clips were circulating, headlines forming within minutes. Prince Harry kicked off Rogan podcast after explosive clash. Livestream shuts down amid heated exchange between Rogan and Royal. Harry exhaled slowly. The world would interpret this in 1,000 ways, and once again, he had no control. What he didn't know yet was that Joe Rogan was about to restart the broadcast, without him. Prince Harry kicked off Joe Rogan experience after heated clash with Joe Rogan. When the livestream suddenly returned, millions of viewers were staring at an empty chair where Prince Harry had been sitting just moments earlier. Joe Rogan adjusted his headphones, his expression tight with irritation but trying, unsuccessfully, to appear calm. "All right, folks," he began, "we're back. As you can see, Harry's no longer with us. He decided to leave the show." The chat exploded instantly. What happened? Did he storm out? Rogan pushed him too far. Harry can't handle dissent. Joe cleared his throat, ignoring the flood of comments. "Listen, I ask everyone the same tough questions. That's the point of this podcast. If someone can't handle it, that's on them." But even as he spoke, he knew the moment had spiraled beyond his control. The argument had crossed a line, on both sides, and the internet was already dissecting every second of the heated exchange. Meanwhile, outside the studio, Prince Harry leaned against a black SUV, trying to steady his breath. His security team stood nearby, silent and respectful, pretending not to notice his shaking hands. "Sir," one of them finally said, "your flight is in 3 hours." Harry nodded but didn't move. He stared back at the studio door, replaying the argument in his head. He came for a fair conversation, not an interrogation. And yet, something inside him whispered that walking out had only made things worse. His phone buzzed again and again, messages from Meghan, his PR team, and even a few old friends in London. "Are you all right? What happened? Don't go online. Just call me. The clip is everywhere, call us ASAP." Harry rubbed his forehead. This was exactly what he had hoped to avoid. Another media storm, another wave of commentary from people who didn't know him. Inside the studio, Joe Rogan ended the episode early and sent his team home. When everyone left, he sat alone with his coffee, staring at the darkened cameras. He wasn't proud of the clash. He respected tough conversations, but this felt different. It felt personal. He muttered to himself, "Damn, that escalated fast." The next morning, the internet was on fire. Trending hashtags included #Harry vs Rogan, #Rogan cut off, #Prince storms out, #Rogan disrespect, #Harry can't take it. Every major news outlet released articles within hours. Clips circulated on every platform. Some edited to make Rogan look like a bully, others framing Harry as overly emotional. One headline read, "Prince Harry explodes on Joe Rogan, podcast cut early after meltdown." Another said, "Joe Rogan pushes too hard. Heated clash forces Prince Harry to walk out." Public opinion split sharply. Some defended Harry. "He's been through enough. Rogan ambushed him. He wasn't treated with respect." Others sided with Rogan. "If Harry wants to talk about his life, expect real questions. Rogan did nothing wrong. Harry is too sensitive." By midday, Harry's PR team scheduled an urgent video call. Harry sat in the backseat of the SUV as his advisor, Lydia, appeared on screen. "Harry, we need to get ahead of this," she said briskly. "You walking out looks bad." "I didn't walk out," Harry replied sharply. "I was told to leave." "Doesn't matter," she said. "Perception is reality. We need your side clarified." Harry's jaw tightened. "No statements. No interviews. Not right now." "Harry." "No," he said firmly. "Not like this." He ended the call. Meanwhile, Joe Rogan's team encouraged him to make a formal comment to calm the situation. Joe resisted at first, but after a wave of backlash, he recorded a short video in his studio. "Hey, everyone. About yesterday's interview with Prince Harry, I want to say this clearly. I respect Harry and his experiences. Things got intense, and emotions ran high on both sides. It wasn't planned. I hope one day we can finish the conversation." The mixed reaction continued, but the apology softened some of the criticism. That night, Harry finally reached home in California. Meghan met him at the door, concern etched across her face. "You okay?" she asked softly. Harry hesitated. Then he nodded. Just tired of all of it. Meghan embraced him tightly. For a moment, the noise of the world faded. Later, sitting in their backyard, Harry scrolled through the reactions online. Among all the chaos, one comment caught his eye. Two men with strong opinions clashed. That's life. But I think Harry still has more to say. He stared at the words for a long time. Maybe the comment was right. Maybe he did have more to say. The next morning, Harry called Lydia. I've made a decision, he said. Yes, I'm not doing more interviews to defend myself. So what will you do? Harry exhaled slowly. I'll speak on my own terms. My own platform. No more being cornered. Lydia paused. That might actually work. Later that week, Harry posted a public message. I appreciate the concern many of you have shown. What happened on the podcast was unfortunate, but I won't let heated moments define important conversations. More soon. The message instantly went viral. But behind the scenes, Joe Rogan had also sent Harry a private message, 6 simple words. No hard feelings. Round 2 someday. Harry stared at the message, unsure whether to laugh, ignore it, or accept the challenge. He typed a reply, then deleted it, then typed again. Finally, he sent, maybe, on neutral ground.